For game 21, we've got Sri Lanka against Korea, the locals. And both sides will be looking to finish their day with a win. Sri Lanka in the green, Korea in the white. Sri Lankan lineup. Wasana in number 8 had a pretty solid game today, as is number 7 Palakondaji, not starting yet in this game. For Korea, Kim Dong-lee in number 1, Jang Hae-soo in number 4, and Gwon Sul-gi have all looked good when they've had a chance ball in hand, and some good work as well by the experienced Lee Min-hui. And she's going to get us started out here by kicking the game off. Referee from Japan, Kamamuta. Min-hui Lee kicks off. And early possession from Korea. Korea recycle. Jang. Wide ball. Lee trying to get on the outside of her marker. Gives the ball away to Gwon. Strong run from Gwon. Gets a offload back. Jang picks it up and takes it into the contact. And they've won a penalty. Early chance for Korea, 5 metres out from the Sri Lankan line. Lee taps the ball. Wide to Jang, juggles it a bit. And a wobbly old pass. It's gone to ground, and this has given Sri Lanka an opportunity, but the ball beats everyone to touch. Korea looking for the quick throw, but Dong-lee Kim decides against it.
Yeah, the Sri Lankans not panicking there on defence as the Koreans try to move it wide, just holding their place. And I think it's going to be a close game. The Sri Lankans have some real finishers, some real speedsters down there. If they can work them into space, they should pick up a couple of tries on the outside.
So look for Jang to throw this ball to the front of the line out like that. And a break from Ju-yeon Lee, but she's been pushed over the sideline unfortunately.
Quite aggro, the Sri Lankans, I've noticed, in their defence. Very aggressive defence. Saw that against China, saw it against Hong Kong. They go in hard. They love to scrag you. Mind you, the Koreans equally as physical. 2 surprise packages.
Good line out. They're working that wraparound that they enjoy. Big hard run up the centre. Good offload on the inside, but scragged over the touchline. So some good defence out wide there from number 7 Gwon and number 6 Lee combining.
It's important to make sure you shore up the inside defence. Very easy to be lazy once your markers pass the ball. If you're not tracking across, you leave your side open for the ball back inside. But South Korea doing well there, marking up well on the inside, working hard.
High tackle, Korea get a penalty. Kim Dong-lee taps and goes herself, but she's been called back. Lee to Jang. Ooh, collision there. And ran into her own player, unfortunately.
See how hard there the Sri Lankan went into that tackle. Very aggressive, just launched into that one, didn't wait. There's another big tackle from the Koreans. Loving the defensive effort from these two sides. Again, up in your face defense from Koreans.
Sri Lanka have created a bit of space on this left-hand side, but the cover's coming across. She shrugged free of the tackle and into touch. And unfortunately, number 3, Yang Sol Lee, still feeling the effects of that big shot from the Sri Lankans, and she's down in back play. Maybe got one up under the ribs and is feeling a bit winded.
Must have been a team call, the hair this weekend. 3 or 4 of the Korean players with the rock-sided bleached hair. Looks great.
There's one of them making a good tackle over there. Min Hui Lee, the veteran. But here we go, Sri Lanka again in possession. But Korea have managed the turnover. Can Guang get on the outside of her marker? Taken down. Korea set up the ruck. There's space away to the left, using a bit of feet. Pulled down. Sri Lanka scrambling well in defence, but they've given away a penalty. Game being played at a frenetic pace. Lee takes it hard into the contact. Guan clears it. Kim Dong Lee on the outside. Heisu Jang.
Ah, what a driving tackle.
Sri Lanka defending hard.
Mahadura, number 1 there. She was never going to get on the outside of her, was she? She had the angle on her. She had set herself up for a big smashing, and that's what she got. But good work from the Koreans. They've worked their way 80 metres downfield there from a turnover.
Kularachi throws in and walks around, wraps around to take the pass. Out into the midfield. Korea contesting hard, trying to counter ruck. Sri Lanka have put the kick through. No sweeper back. Bit messy on the floor here. Bodies all over the show, but Sri Lanka have secured possession again. Oh, nice offload. Can the Sri Lankans get it out? Korean defensive line fairly narrow, but they're drifting across well. It's a straight one-on-one contest. And too much pace from the Sri Lankan. She's gone in. Good score there. Trying to get a number.
Tremendous build-up work from what was a line out down on the 22 metre, and they've gone 80 to the opposite side there. And it did look like it got a bit messy at one point. But they managed to settle things down and then just use the width. But again, the pace and the aggressiveness, which both sides are going into contact, stand out amongst all these 8 women's teams here today. No one else is playing rugby like this.
Yeah, very physical contest. And some great work here by Thanuja, getting around the outside of her marker. She's having a good tournament. And unfortunately, Kim Dong Lee's put down the restart, so that'll be the half.
Good half of rugby, really, given that it's just 5-0. Not so many points on the board, but both these teams going hammer and tongs at each other, recognising the chance to come third or last in their pool is up for grabs. And it's great seeing them giving it 100%.
Sri Lanka pretty tight in their huddle there. Coach issuing some instructions. Korea giving themselves a chance, only 5-0 down at half time. They'd love to get a win on their home turf. Korea had a week-long training camp with Uzbekistan out at this location in the build-up to this tournament. So they'll be wanting to put some of the stuff that they worked on then into practice in the second half and come away with a W.
Were you down here watching the training camp?
Unfortunately, work commitments
Through binoculars?
yeah, prevented that.
Uzbekistan were here last year at this tournament. Only managed to bring 8 players, and then one of those got injured. It was a tough weekend.
Didn't get the call up.
So they're not here, and Guam are not here. But Sri Lanka are. Sri Lanka weren't here last year. They played in Hong Kong and they played in Colombo, obviously. So great seeing them in Korea, enjoying the cooler conditions maybe. And they're on the verge here of a win over the hosts.
Guan tracking back. She's got a bit of speed, but just hasn't been able to find the outside so far today. Lee to Jang. Bak Jae-yoon wins the penalty. Taps and goes herself. Lee dancing around, trying to find some space. Jang makes a break. Jang through the middle. Can she find some support? Kim Dong-lee dancing around, trying to link up. Lee goes into the base of the ruck. Clears away. Hyo straight up the guts. Lee. Kim. Jang. And it's broken down in midfield. Yang takes it into the contact. Yang has a crack again. Gives it off to Jang. Takes another solid hit. She's very brave. Got a Sri Lankan down. And the Koreans working it out wide to Gon. Uses her feet. Gets Wu one tackle. Oh, evades a bit of a daisy cutter. 2 Sri Lankans down. So we're just going to have a bit of a break. I mean, we talked about it in the first half. It's been a physical contest, and unfortunately, we've got 2 Sri Lankan players prone on the ground at the moment. One of them being attended to by the medic, a second one over by the referee, and also down. And Korea have won the penalty. I think the Sri Lankan defender that's down went in without any arms into the tackle. Oh, head clash there, head and knee with her own player.
Look, I'm not surprised that there's a couple of players down. The pace and the ferocity that these two teams are going at each other. Perhaps just a matter of time, but tip of the hat to the intent from both these teams as the stretcher comes out. 3rd time today, desperately hoping they can get one in before the end of the day.
Looks like it might be a wrist injury.
Out comes the sling.
Oh, yeah.
Hyperextension of something. Stretcher goes off. Try not to look too disappointed. But this fantastic physio, Korean physio there, she's been training for this. and she's live on TV. She wants to get this right.
It's like a fairly delicate operation. Not sure if that sling's doing much there, to be honest. I'm not
keeping her forearm warm. Not easy to put a sling on while someone's walking, but sometimes these things are best done on the sideline, away from prying eyes and satellites. She's persisting though.
Brave effort from the player and the physio. Looking very uncomfortable there.
Let's hope she's okay.
So here we go, Korea, ball in hand. Can they conjure something up and get their first try of the day? Cleared out the ruck. The experienced Lee, wrap around. Gets the arms free, Jang. Goes into contact. Min Hui Lee throws it out. Kim Dong Lee in there clearing out the ruck. Lee, wide ball to Gon. Can she open up? Just scragged by the jersey, but she puts on a second burst. The crowd's going wild here. She runs it in, dots it down. That's Korea's first try of the day.
Woo! Look at the elation, how much that means to these players. Huge pride scoring in front of your crowd.
Kwon Sul-gi. And the kick, if it's successful, will take Korea ahead for the first time today. And she's nailed it.
Just had too much gas on the outside, and she'd like to bring it round right under the post. Jeopardises the, and a good shot coming in at ball height there. Good attempted last minute tackle there to save the day. Job done though, and the 2-point buffer with 4 minutes remaining. This would be a nice end to the day for the local fans.
I'm sure Sri Lanka will have something to say about this though. Oh, big spiralling punt down the middle of the field.
Goodness me, look at the pace.
Hacks it ahead, but Guan's done well to get back there. May have lost it forward though. A real mess on the ground there.
Guan probably still recovering from scoring that try, and she's managed to get back 90 metres, and she's the heroine of the last couple of minutes. She saved 7 points there. Would have been easy just to flag that one away.
So Korea opt to tap the ball and then kick it.
Oof. It's really opening up now.
Big don't argue from the Sri Lankans, carrying it powerfully into contact. Nice footwork and a good ruck clear out. They've got numbers out to up to the left. Oh, but the pass is too high. Referee's signalling it's gone backwards, but picked up, and she scoots in for a try. Takes it right round under the sticks. It's a great run out wide there. I'll try and get a number for you. And that takes it out. Sri Lanka 10, Korea 7. Still 3 minutes left. Thomadura.
Just opened up, didn't it? There were players all over the field, and Sri Lanka have the pace to finish off in broken play. Slightly more pace, I'd say, overall than the Koreans, and they were struggling.
Kick successful, and a good finish there from Thomadura.
Once again, just risky stuff, trying to get those extra couple of inches and putting their bodies on the line for a couple of inches.
So Sri Lanka will kick. 2 minutes left. who's going to secure this restart. In fact, less than a minute left of running time. Lets the ball bounce. Hyo tracks back and makes a strong run, sort of throws the ball away, and it's gone forward. Just a little bit more work required with the handling skills of the Koreans, but they're definitely very willing in the contact, and they really throw their bodies around in there. About 20 seconds to go. Yuri Kim coming on for this perhaps final scrum, and she'll need to make an impact here. Ball's spewed out the side, and we'll get a reset, so that's eating up more time. Clock is on 14, but no sound of the siren yet. Sri Lanka going wide to the speedster, and that wraparound play they've loved so much today. And another good finish, and Sri Lanka score at the death to take it out. 17-7 with the kick to come.
Finishing strong here, Sri Lanka, and perhaps the Koreans tiring, but as you say, that wraparound move, they favour that move, gives them some lateral movement, creates questions amongst the defence, and it just stretches the defence at the same time. It's a classic move, and Korea are going to be denied a famous home victory here.
So a good final try there to Muda Sangalagi. She worked hard today and deserved that final one. Here we see she just keeps going around the corner and has too much pace for the tiring Korean cover defence. But a good effort from Korea. They've put in some hard work today, and Sri Lanka also rewarded for their solid work. They'll walk away happy with a win.